is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Clemson Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollard, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Death Valley, the tradition is real. You touch the rock, you run down the hill, and it is a beautiful venue. Clemson has become one of the most difficult places to play in the ACC, if not college football. These fans are electric and dynamic. Call it Death Valley for a reason. This is where teams' dreams come to die. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. The Buckeyes kickoff unit is ready to go, and so are we to start this season. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Using his legs, it's Davidson. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Let's take a second and talk about Clemson. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk. And this team, they tasted it. They know.
Makes the catch, and he's free. That's his first catch of the season. They believe he is a freshman who can contribute a lot early. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Making the adjustment on the play. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Left side, it's Johnson. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Right side, it's Johnson. Lots of room to run. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. The Tigers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Driving forward, it's Davidson. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. A designed run for the quarterback. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
He'll bring it out. It's Glover. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Now here's Tavian St. Clair. He's going to take a shot. Picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 30. The 10. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position, starting the drive with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. On the return, it's Glover. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Now here's Tavian St. Clair. Can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I think this quarterback just has to be careful with his decision-making. Yes, he's one of the most talented guys in the country, but early in this game, we're now seeing him throw the ball into double coverage. He's very lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Tavian St. Clair. He's going to let it go. Hauls it in down the sideline. Oh, a lot of space. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Hits the accelerator to the right. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. And they turn it into a defensive score.
And how about the defense coming up huge? It looked like this was going to get really, really close, and they do what they do, man. Make that one big play, Palmer. Force not only the turnover, and then take it all the way back to the house. They look like they're about to give up points, and then all of a sudden, they get points of their own.
And that was a bad decision by the quarterback, too, David. I get it. You're trailing on the scoreboard, but you got to know you can't get it all back on one throw. He threw that into traffic. Give the defense credit. They were where they needed to be. They didn't just pick it off. They took it to the house and added insult to injury.
Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Out wide left, it's Smith. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. And you know the line they kick around at Ohio State, Woody Hayes, forward pass, 2 of the 3 things that can happen are bad. Woody had dudes like this, he'd be spinning that magic bean all over this place.
You ain't lying. My, how times have changed. Now it is pass, pass, pass. Find explosive playmakers like this on the outside. Get them the football.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. St. Clair got the back over the middle. There he goes. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You don't oftentimes say you need to score a touchdown in the first quarter, but when you're losing 21-0 in the first, they had to score right there, and they did. Nice job by the offense, executing on the drive, punctuating it with a touchdown. Now their defense has got to finally wake up and get a stop.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for room, it's Davidson. He's past the sticks. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
It was a really nice play there. The thing I like about this guy, too, his versatility. He's not just good running the ball, but he can catch and he can block. And you think about all the greats they've had at the position in recent years. Versatility at the running back position, being an every down back. And that's exactly what this guy embodies.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
We're off to a fast start here. Offenses are humming as we're in the final minute of the first quarter. He's changing the play. Throwing, Iamaleava. Looking for a big play. A full dive to haul that one in. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. As we get a look at some stats, this is the best start they could have hoped for. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They want to run this quarterback. And this defense does it again. Back-to-back plays for nothing. It'll be third down. They got mauled on the last play. Do they have anything that'll work on third and goal from the 2? He'll be stopped short. Could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with fourth and goal.
I know the aggressive plays to go for the touchdown, but with a little bit of lead right here and a great start for my offense, I'm going to kick this field goal, Palmer.
I'm going the other way. I'm going aggressive here. You can put the nail in the coffin with the touchdown. Even if you don't get it, they still have to drive the entire field on your defense.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on fourth and goal from the 1. And he will not get there. How about this defense stopping that run short?
Man, listen, we know this QB wants to take off. Fourth down, go time, got to make a play. Defense locked in, dialed in, got to him, got him on the ground, didn't let him get to the stick.
Couldn't find any way to get out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. So after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20. Looking for room. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. On that last drive, fourth and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, David.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen. Iamaleava moving out to the right. Throwing on the run.
Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got to make play.
And another connection and another big play for this offense. And they keep the gas to the floor. Like they're still throwing the football, still making big plays. And this defense, they still have found zero answers in how to get back in this football game.
That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Good, strong tackle. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And he falls on top of his own fumble.
Man, when these receivers fumble the football, oftentimes it's out in the open field. You have no idea who's going to jump on it. That's oftentimes how you see scooping scores. He's lucky he was able to recover his own fumble.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Iamaleava from the gun on 3rd down. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
And that's pretty encouraging. Like, this defense needs a shot in the arm, right? Like, 2 possessions, they've given up 2 touchdowns. Like, now they try to be aggressive and go after the deep ball right away. Nice coverage. That's a good start to this drive. You know, 2 bad drives, we flush those, we forget about those. See if this defense can get back on track.
Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
And he's brought down after a short gain. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Throwing St. Clair. Left side is Rodgers.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Powers through the defender. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a 1st down. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on 2nd and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy 1st down.
He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd down. Extending the play. He's going to run it. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect them.
Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeye! The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone. Lining up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. Going the other way, and he's got room. And what a big play here, and the return takes it back inside the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. On the run, it's Jackson. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Tavian St. Clair makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Churns into the pile. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a pretty dumb decision by the opponent to go for it so deep in their own end, and this offense now is making them pay for that. After getting the ball back on the 3rd play of the drive, they're able to run it, get the first down, and stay on the field.
And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
Well, that was the guy the quarterback wanted to go to right from the jump, but a better job by the defense in coverage forcing the incomplete.
Long way to go on 2nd down. St. Clair rolls right. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Clemson calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. Still looking. Boy, was he well protected. Finally, lets one go to the left. Go to the end zone, picked off. Got room on the return. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And it's just a bad decision by the quarterback. I get that he's outside the pocket, the play's breaking down, but you can't force it into your top receiver. If he's not open, you got to throw it away, and the defense took advantage with the interception.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Throwing, Iamaleava. Sends it downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Stepping to the right. He'll pull it down and run. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Booster. Let it go.
Drops back on first down. He lets it fly. A full dive to haul that one in. Final timeout called by the Tigers. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Iamaleava escapes the pressure going right. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Guys, we welcome you into the Week 0 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Notre Dame taking on the number 24 team, the BYU Cougars. And it's the Fighting Irish, keeping things within arm's reach here in this ranked-on-ranked battle. I think the plan here is just to get to halftime, then figure out a way to pull this out in the second half. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. Defense all over it.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Throwing St. Clair. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
They'll take the penalty and move them back. With that penalty, the offense is backed up on second down. Tavian St. Clair turns it upfield, and they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. They're all over it. And down he goes.
This offense has to do a better job protecting the quarterback. They're already down 2 possessions. You know the pass has to come at some point, but they got to keep him clean. They can't get behind the sticks consistently. They've got to start to narrow this gap.
He gets it away from his own end zone. Corrals it at the 45. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Gonna run it. It's Davidson. They put the brakes on him.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Here's Iamaleava to throw. Fires to the right. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Returns it down to the 35-yard line as they cash in on the opportunity to force a turnover. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Running room in the middle. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And here they come almost all the way back.
And they call this sudden change. And we talk about it up in the booth. We're hitting each other right here. Like, you got the turnover. First thing you want to do is be aggressive. Take all of that momentum and go capitalize. And what do, man? One play, a big passing play, a big answer, and big-time momentum gained in this football game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score.
Sweep, sweep. Q.
Changing the routes with his receivers. Throwing, Iamaleava. Fires to the middle. Out wide right, it's Johnson. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive, and now in business near midfield at the 49. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davidson. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Iamaleava rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. So the offense will have a fresh set of downs to work with after the roughing the passer call. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10 as we are getting this season underway in the opening week. Quarterback changing the play. Iamaleava. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
It's nice when a QB can get outside the pocket and break down a defense and take off, but I thought the defense did a really good job of seeing it, understanding where he was going, kind of mirroring him towards the sideline as he rolled out to the right. Didn't give him any space to run the football, covering the pass deep. Really nice defense on that play.
Third down from the gun. Here's Nico Iamaleava. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It doesn't always have to be pretty, and that one wasn't, but somehow he hooked it just into that left corner.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offense approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
St. Clair. He wants to go deep. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability.
Runs through a man. He might have some space. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Moving out to the right. Throws for the tight end. Right side, it's Roberts. And he's brought down after a nice game.
That's a really nice throw. And you think about being the starting quarterback at The Ohio State University with all the great players they've had here recently, what this offense expects from you. This is explosive passing attack. You've seen that now in recent years. They push the ball vertically down the field. This guy has the skill set. That's why he's out there on the field right now. He allows this offense to really go, and he's playing at a high level.
Throwing St. Clair. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Catch and stride inside the 15. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Escapes the pressure to his right. Oh, no, the ball popped out. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Oh, man, you're set up. You're in a great position. The offense driving the ball down the field. You get in the red, you got to make something positive happen, Paul, and that's not what they were looking for.
No, turnovers. That's what.
They'll have a first down here, a week 0 game that is living up to all the hype and anticipation. Making the adjustment. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Unloads in the nick of time.
I wonder how much of that incompletion is due to the pass. That quarterback did not have a lot of time to throw that football. This offensive line is going to have to do a better job giving him time.
Second and long here. From the gun, he'll try to throw. It's complete to the right. Out of bounds at the 22, and just like that, they're out of trouble. From their own 23, it'll be 1st and 10. Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Throwing, Iamaleava. Looking to take a shot. Brings it down on the right side. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. On the run, it's Davidson. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jason, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Making the adjustment on the play. Iamaleava. Stepping to the right. He'll bow it down. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
And, man, I love his courage to run the football. And I think it's necessary for the team. Sometimes you got to do that. But, man, see the surroundings, right? Like, know when guys are around you. He gets hit late at the end of that play, and he got decked. You do not want to take those shots throughout a game. They will add up, and sometimes it will affect your throwing. That's too big of a hit to be taken for this quarterback.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. This D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
And it's good! And they'll push that lead out a little further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field.
They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together. Lays out, gives up his body, and makes the grab on the right side.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Tavian St. Clair. Oh, pressure's coming. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
They'll try to keep this clock. It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
Man, you go from perfect position of strength. I get to salt this clock away. I get to run this out. I'm going to win to, man, now I got to put my defense back on the field, and anything can happen, right, in football, and you can catch breaks, and so now you got to go out and earn it. You had this thing under wraps.
Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Out wide left, it's Smith. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. And the Buckeyes, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. St. Clair unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
And guys, I'm trying to find a way to be up here and be positive, and I guess here's how I'm going to be positive. At least the other team didn't catch it, because he's thrown it to the other team a lot today. It's been a struggle in the passing game. I'm not sure, guys, if it's not decision time to go to the other guy to see what he can do, because this passing attack has not been great.
Escapes the pressure going right. Fires on the move. Out wide right, it's Jackson. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Again, it's St. Clair. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the comeback is on. So the first part of the job is done. They got the touchdown. Now for the two to make it a field goal game. Throwing St. Clair. Still looking to his right. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time he just tried to force it into a tiny window. Ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it and you didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Paul.
Looking deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback here. He extends the play. Nothing open right away. There's a little bit of pressure. He gets to the outside, tries to take a shot down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
He's changing the play. Sends it back in motion. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Snatches it on the right. Here he goes. Into the house. Touchdown, Tigers. one more onto that lead. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. Deep in the end zone, it's Cross. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Tavian St. Clair fires to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this...
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Scanning the field, it's St. Clair. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. And they almost had another one. Rare is the occasion when you're happy to see 4th down, but it's better than throwing another pick.
We've seen a lot of good hands in the back end of this defense in this game. They've got multiple interceptions. That was not a good example, though. That should have been another one, but they say people play defense for a reason.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long. And here we are late in an obvious passing situation, trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting 1st down, so you have to be able to run it.
Booster, booster! Go!
Throwing, Imaliava. Buying time to his right. Going to try to get it himself. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the 1st down on a 2nd and long. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Quarterback signaling to his guys.
Booster, booster! Hydro! Sweep!
To the air. It's Iamaleava. He wants to go deep. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He'll try to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Wants to throw on 1st. A deep throw as the clock winds down. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. The offense uses a timeout, 15 seconds left to play. They dialed up the perfect call, splendid execution. Now they've fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! possession game.
Well, you get the touchdown, but there's not a lot of time left, so you need to get the onside kick. You may have time for one more play, one shot to throw it in the end zone and somehow see if you can steal this game.
Here's the situation. First, they have to recover the onside kick, then maybe time for a play or two. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, they got their hands team out there for a reason, and that's why in these situations you put receivers, tight ends, and dudes that can hold on to the football, knowing that, hey, all we got to do is recover this onside kick, and David, we win the game.
And man, this is such a low percentage play, right? Like, it's so hard to kick an onside and actually have it bounce correctly and go right. You're right, they put the right players on the field. They didn't get the good bounce, and this one's over.